What's up, y'all? This is Priscilla.
And this is Loren.
And this is Just Take My Money podcast. This is a podcast where we bring our shopping carts, as ridiculous as they are, and all the even more ridiculous stories that those bring.
You can find us and follow us on our Instagram, which is Just Take My Money podcast with underscores for spacing. It'll also link you to our Comey page. And our Comey page has all the links to the products that we bring for you guys to view.
Y'all will definitely want to make sure to do that before listening so that you can laugh along with us. Because some of this stuff, we can do our absolute best to paint you a picture, but there's nothing like the real actual picture itself.
So now it's time to move on to the episode. Hope y'all enjoy. Hello, Priscilla.
Hello, Loren.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, just fine. Just actually fine. Not like I'm fine, it's fine, everything's fine. Like actually fine.
Wait, like bad fine?
No.
I'm confused.
So like I'm fine, but I didn't want you to think bad fine. Because you know how like I'm fine, it's fine, everything's fine, it's bad fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I might.
Is it mess of my brain just trying to come up with a word that's like, I'm fine, good, fine. Food? Food. Fine and good, food. F-O-O-D. I have food.
I love that.
Nobody pay me to make slogans, please. Actually, please pay me. I'll give you terrible ones. What's
funny.
fine and good? Food.
Yeah. That is fine and good.
Yes.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
Okay, when you have a hard piece of candy, and you eat it, like how do you what do you do? Do you chew? Do you suck? Like I know this is a weird question.
Uh-huh.
But I mean there's like it can be different between sucker and like a hard piece of candy, but I need to know.
Okay. So my day starts off where I get a hard piece of candy and I go, ooh, piece of candy.
Yes. This tracks.
Then once it enters my mouth hole, God. I'm so sorry. I guess suck on it for a while. God, this audio is gonna be used against me.
No, it's not. I'm not gonna use it against you. Somebody else might use it against you, but I'm not gonna use it against you.
Oh, mouth hole, and then that. I'm not making it great right now.
This is great content. I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, I don't really chew on it until like it becomes very delicate and brittle, and
right.
And then at that point, it's just a choking hazard. So.
Yeah. Okay, so in my opinion, hard candy is to be sucked on.
Yeah.
Hard candy is not meant to be like bit into and chewed. That's what chewy candy is for. That's what soft candy is for.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So Jeff automatically, like within like 5 seconds, 10 tops, he is chewing on the candy.
That bastard.
And I'm like, what? Why are you not enjoying
the flavors
in the candy? Because I don't like when it gets stuck in my teeth.
Yeah,
like that's the worst.
That is worse.
It's uncomfortable.
That's all you can think about.
Yeah,
you start doing that weird thing with your tongue where you're trying to get it out, and it's extremely
painful.
Obvious. Oh, I was gonna say it's extremely obvious to everybody around you that you're doing that.
Yeah,
even though you think you're being discreet, you're not.
No, it's so obvious. And then like sometimes you get it down smooth on your teeth, but like it's still in your teeth. I hate it. I hate it so much. I cannot it's literally called a sucker. It literally has what you're supposed to do to it in its name.
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to suck on it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's on a stick. It doesn't matter if it's just a floating piece of hard candy in a bag. He automatically bites into it. And it blows my mind. So Jeff saw that there's these things called zollies. They are suckers. It was on Shark Tank.
Oh.
It was created by a 16-year-old girl, and they're healthy suckers that are meant for kids. They actually clean your mouth.
Oh.
Like straight up. Like the sharks were amazed with this little girl, and she is like booming. Like business is a booming for
Good
this
for
girl.
her. Heck yeah.
I want to say she might have gotten 2 sharks, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
So Jeff saw them because he is a Shark Tank fanatic.
Mm-hmm.
So he bought some and we decided to test them out because sometimes it's difficult to brush a 2-year-old's teeth.
Yeah, I bet.
Sometimes he's for it and other times he's kicking and screaming, which the dentist was like, but that's the best way you can brush his teeth because now you know at least you brushed them all. I was like, yeah, but I don't want to traumatize him. Like, I get, yeah, it's a catch-22. I can see what I'm doing, but also, no. He's coming around to where he actually enjoys to brush his teeth.
Oh, good.
And in the mornings, mostly in the evenings, but sometimes in the mornings, he will actually grab his toothbrush or ask for his toothbrush and then make us brush our teeth with him. So he's coming around.
That's cute.
Yeah, but there was a time span where it was not going well. So Jeff's like, I'm going to try these Ollies. So he bought them. Reeves is his father's child.
Just bites down
after 5 seconds.
Defeats the purpose.
And I won't give him a Zolly because it freaks me out because I'm like, this small pieces, you're 2, it's a choking hazard.
Yeah.
It's going to cut something. So that's Jeff's wheelhouse. That's his responsibility to give him the Zollies because I can't do it. But let me tell you, those Zollies are so good. I will have to bring you some. And you don't feel bad about like eating them because they're actually good and they clean your mouth.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love that.
Which that sounded like a very random question, but it's because I brought these candies for us to try and I bit into it and I hated it so much, but I was trying to eat it fast before we started the pod so that I was not crinkly and eating candy while
yeah. So the candy, okay, and it's funny because you brought this candy to surprise me.
Yes.
And I happened to, I guess, find it at the same time because you said you got it from your sister-in-law.
Yes.
So I guess I found it at the same freaking time. Okay, I did see, sorry, backtracking just a little bit. We're going to set the scene on TikTok where people are posting about this candy expo.
Okay.
And they're going on about how all these new brands are out there and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, that's so cool. But it's funny. I'm sure there's always new brands, but we never really see them.
That's true.
We always see like the same brands.
Yeah.
Well, I forget what I was. Oh, I like to buy big bags of like the Lifesaver mints.
The OG white ones?
The Winto green ones. Winto mint. I don't know. It's like a winter one and it's a green bag.
Yeah.
Love those. Love those. Mostly because like my work has them, but sometimes they switch off to like the blue ice mint ones. I don't like those.
My work has them too. That's so funny.
I'm not a fan. So I was like, well, Priscilla, solve your own damn problem. Just go buy your own and keep a bag of that at your desk.
Yeah.
And I like to finish off a meal with that. Makes me feel like I've finished and also like less grody at the end. So I went down the aisle at Target to just like go grab a bag of that. And I see this new brand on my way out. And I was like, what did that say? Because anything that looks even a little bit like Mexican candy, I'm just like, oh, come here. Let me check you out. Let me see how much you cost, how much you're giving me for. Because there was another new brand that called to me a little bit. Like I was a little skeptical. Didn't end up buying them. It was a lot of money for like the size of packaging they were giving you. And they were trying to be like, oh, we de-stress you and we do this and we do that. I'm like, yeah, everything says it does that, but does it?
That's a lot.
Yeah, so I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna move on and leave this aisle. And so when I turned, this freaking thing, this brand, Tamalitos by Sugar Rocks. Oh my damn gosh.
Yeah.
So good.
So good.
It is legit, like it tastes like just legit Mexican candy with the amount of like chili and lime that they put in the candies. And they're hard candies.
Yep.
So like you brought over a little hard candy that's watermelon flavored.
Yep.
And then I had bought myself a pineapple one, both with chili and lime inside, like chili powder. But like a candy chili powder, not like straight up.
Yeah.
And I had also bought a little bag of chili pops. And they're so good. Like one little lollipop is like 45 calories. Not that bad. Like 8 grams of sugar. I mean, it could be worse.
Could be worse.
Could be so much worse.
It could always be worse.
Not great, but not bad.
Yeah. It's a nice little treat.
Yeah.
And it's a surprise. It's because, I mean...
Well, it's a surprise to your husband and my boyfriend who decide to chomp on freaking hard candy that you're not supposed to chomp down on because, yes, then you get a flavorful surprise of chili lime.
So, Jeff doesn't really like these kind of candies.
Mhm.
He's I'll wait till you're done drinking before I say what I'm about to say. He
Why?
is a Mexicant. He's a terrible Mexican.
It's okay. So am I.
No, you speak Spanish and you like Mexican candy.
I like Mexican candy, but I don't like avocados. I don't like oh my gosh, there's other things. I'm not big into spicy food. Like there's a list of things that the rest of my family's like, you're not one of us. Like, I'm so sorry I'm white. I mean, they're all white too, but like I'm white.
Different white.
White bread white.
White bread white. That's
I'm
so funny.
sourdough, okay? Let's be real. I'm sourdough.
Oh man. He won't eat these types of candies, and low-key, you don't taste it right away. So I thought for like a split second about being evil and being like, hey babe, you want a piece of candy? And giving him one, because that's where we're at. Like, we've been together long enough that we can do little tricks and vindictive things like that to one another, and nobody's gonna die. We're not in honeymoon stage where like anybody's feelings are gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
But we are on the pick on each other stage.
Yeah.
And I thought about doing it, but then I couldn't do it. I love him too much. And I was like, that's too evil. I can't do it.
All right, give it 10 more years.
So I didn't do it. And then his sister was like, that was your opportunity.
It really
what are
was.
you doing?
Yeah, it was a great opportunity
It was.
because he could just spit it out.
Yeah.
But honestly, it could have been his new, okay, because you know how they say that your taste buds regenerate or whatever.
Yeah, they change over time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This could have been his revelation that he likes that stuff now.
He won't. I guarantee it. Like, I like your positivity,
Yeah.
but he would have been like, what the fuck did you give me, woman?
You're
And
over
then
here
I
like-
would have been hysterically laughing. But then, like, depending on his reaction, I would have been like, oh God, are you mad? Because I'm also in that super, like, oh God, I pissed him off. I went too far. I went too far.
Yeah. We overly worry if someone's upset with us,
Yes.
if someone's annoyed with us, if we slightly inconvenienced somebody.
Yep.
Oh my
Hello,
God.
anxiety.
Hello, anxiety. I had a conversation with somebody recently where I was explaining my train of thought and how I do my absolute best to not be a nuisance to anybody else because I would hate to ruin someone else's day for no stupid reason. And I think I equivalated that to like driving or something. And I was like, listen, for the most part, I'd rather just like let people do them and not be in the way of anybody else. Maybe it wasn't driving. I don't know. But essentially, like, I don't want to be in anybody's way because I don't want to be the reason someone's day gets like thrown off or whatever. And he was like, do you really think people think about it that much? And I was like, I think about it that much. Do others not? Oh. And I was like, I don't know. Well, clearly, if I think about it like that, there's somebody out there that also thinks about it like that. And he goes, okay, yeah, that's true. But not everybody thinks about it like that. I'm like, and alone again I am.
The definition of overthinking.
Literally. And I'm like, I'm just trying to be a good person, damn it. And he goes, okay, yeah, you're being a good person. I was like, thank you. I just minding my own business.
I do to a degree, but you definitely took that to another level. But there's other things that I be overthinking too. I was marking up some drawings today, and I even was talking to a coworker, like, I feel so bad. Like, there's just so many comments and I'm not done yet. Like, I feel bad. And they were like, they're used to it. Why do you feel bad? I was like, it's like a shark attack. Like, it's red. No, they're used to it. It's fine. I was just like, oh.
Well, I probably would have, if I was there, would have been like, this is literally part of the job. I mean, none of us would get paid if there were no comments. This is all part of the process. This is what we do.
Yeah.
And that's how my brain thinks, where I'm like rationalizing, like feeling bad about that. It's like, no, we're doing this for a reason. This is why we get paid. That's okay.
Yeah. I think it's because it's someone that I've never worked with before.
Oh, and so you don't know their levels of like patience and all
Yeah.
that, and where their thought level is at with like productivity and
Yeah. So I don't want them to be like, this little girl just came in and ripped everything that I did apart. Like she knows. But at the same time, you shit's fucked up, man. Like I know it needed to be done and I know it needed to be fixed, but there was a split second that I was like, these are bad. I feel bad. But then also, these are really bad. They need to be redone.
They need to be redone. Right down the corner. Sorry.
Yeah. Like I sent a really nice email.
Oh, good. That's good.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I totally understand overthinking to the nth degree. For sure.
Okay. Well, on the level of overthinking,
Yes.
would we like to move on to my overthought products?
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Hell yeah. Okay. I bring to you.
Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Do you know what you're looking at?
Oh my goodness. Is this okay? Is this literally okay? I can't even get the words out right now. I'm so excited.
This is
the OG. It looks like the OG Apple.
The color iBooks. For those of you who don't know, and those of you who maybe just forgot, one stage of Apple's laptops were colorful.
Oh
if you've ever seen Legally Blonde, she has an orange one. I believe it's orange. She buys a colorful laptop. It's legit freaking orange and white, and it is so cool. And it was like a little bit translucent.
Yep.
So those were like an old version, OG, like, MacBook, where they called it the iBook. And
oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah, right? So this guy out here, I'm forgetting his name, Billy Skipper. Saw him on TikTok, and he was showing how he is recreating these iBooks, but to convert them so that you can put your iPad in them.
Okay, I thought that's exactly what was going on, but like I got also so excited because all I could think of was like the big, huge box when they first come out.
Yeah.
I forgot about the Legally Blonde thing. I appreciate your explanation because I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
But this is so freaking exciting, dude.
Yeah, this is amazing. So like someone somewhere just decided like, hey, it'd be so cool if we brought these back, but how do we use them in today's time? Because, you're not just going to stick a laptop in a laptop. So genius. Let's put an iPad in there.
Yeah.
So I believe, if I'm correct, and I'll show you some videos in a minute because I pulled up his TikTok, he is 3D printing like the casing. So he is 3D printing them and putting a keyboard inside, like a Bluetooth keyboard, and then puts magnets on like the upper half so that you can just slide in a iPad and like you can pop it back out when you need it.
Question.
Yeah.
Can you put a magnet on an iPad?
Yeah. So the iPad itself is magnetic, at least the newer ones for sure. And I believe the older ones. But the newer ones, the pros, they're magnetic because they use the Magic Keyboard.
Okay. That might have been a dumb question, but I feel like it's always no magnets near electronics.
I feel like we've been away from that for a while now, though, because if you think about it, like your cell phone has an entire magnetic circle on the back. MagSafe charger. But
I feel like that's different.
So here, I'll show you. Give me 1 second.
And I think it's just because that looks different on my phone than what he has shown there. And I think that's literally the association that my brain is like, that looks like a real magnet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the Magic Keyboard that's used for the Pro is literally just like all magnetic on the back.
Okay.
I know it has some like magnetic spots more than anything, but it's just like really strong, magnetizes to it, and then it can just detach.
Okay.
So, yeah,
I believed you. Don't get me wrong. I believed you.
Yeah.
It just his magnets looked a little different.
Yeah, his are definitely different. Like they're big circular magnets, and I'm guessing it's working.
Well, obviously it's working.
Yeah.
Maybe that was just a dumb question I asked.
he makes a lot of them and sells a lot of them, so it seems to be, I don't know, something that's working for him. But here, I'll pop up a video. So hold on one second.
Okay. Dang, now I just want to like dance.
Yeah, he
He's
has
over here
really
having
good
a dance
music.
party.
Yeah, he has great music for his videos. So
This is so cool.
yeah, it's really cool. And at first I thought like he took the concept when started 3D printing them, and they just were gonna look like, 3D printed rough versions of the iBook.
Yeah.
But he like goes as far as like sanding them, glossing them, like making them look real good.
The full 9 yards, which he should for as much as he's selling them for.
So that's the thing, yeah. The one that I pulled up on his website is what you supply the iBook. Okay, so this one's a little different. He retrofitted this actual like iBook from the past. If you send him one, he can turn it like into a case for your iPad Pro 11 for $650.
Dang.
Now let me pull up. Give me a second, and I'll pull up the version where he 3D prints it. Okay, so like here you can see where he'll also like customize them so, from what they used to be. So like someone turned this one over and he glitterized it. I think this is also one that he turned over. He even did like a special edition. It sold out, but for like $350, he did a special Pride edition. So he made, he called it the apple pie case.
But that one's actually 3D printed. This one's not a turnover one.
Correct. This one's not a turnover one. He 3D printed this one for a mini because it fits an iPad Air 10.9 inch. Well, I guess it's not a mini, but So like he's definitely getting acquainted with like 3D printing them more. I will say, okay, I think I overly focused on his 3D printed parts. I didn't realize he was also buying like mass amounts of
the iBook itself.
Yeah, the iBook itself. I was wondering because I saw this at a glance, kept in the back of my head, pulled it up for today's episode, and just started trying to pull together references to show you to like explain better. But I was wondering why some of his like the more obviously 3D printed ones, he would put an orange instead of an apple because you can't do the apple or apple will come for you.
Yeah.
So so he's putting an orange, but then some of the ones he was selling had an apple. So I was like, well, that's odd. What made the difference there? So clearly, like, he's doing both.
Yeah.
I think he's really getting comfortable with like 3D printing them, and that's what I was seeing. But it is really cool that he's taking like old actual iBooks and converting those as well.
He's repurposing stuff that is old technology, and that's really cool because a lot of people, it's old, let's throw it in the trash.
Yes. Or like, oh, well, maybe we can sell it for parts.
Yeah.
And so in this case, I mean, he bought it for parts.
Yeah.
He gutted it out, which, yeah, it sucks. Some people, I was seeing like some comments where people were like a little upset about that. And they're like, no, don't do that. It's like, well, what else is it going to be used for though?
Yeah. Like, are you going to buy it?
Like, are you legitimately going to buy it and try to get it running just like your actual MacBook? Or is it at least nice that the shell itself can be repurposed?
So it's being used in some sort and manner.
Yeah.
It's something, which is better than nothing.
It's a good carrying case too, by the way. I mean, if you think about it. So
I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
I know it's definitely, $900 is a lot for like a repurposed one. And then I think it's like in the 300s if he like 3D prints you one.
Yeah. Which still is not cheap, but it's something fun. It's something unique. It's not something that everybody has. It's bringing something back that a lot of people grew up on and use, which is also fun because right now our generation is all about nostalgia.
Yeah.
And I don't know if any generation has been this much into the nostalgia as our generation, but boy, are we hook, line, and sinker. And I mean, I'm here for it. I always like the stuff that I grew up on. I like the older stuff than that too, but you're never not going to have people to buy this, but you're also never not going to have people that are going to complain because you're always going to have people that are going to be like, oh my God, I can use something that I grew up on. It's a little different, but I can still use it. But then you're also going to have the other people that are going to complain because you're ruining something.
Yeah.
It's not being used anyways. It's being repurposed. What's the problem?
Yeah, I mean, it's better than like someone buying mass amounts and just like, I don't know, making some kind of a trash video where they're just trying to smash them all and see what happens.
Yeah. Like at least these are getting used. So it's way different. I'm for it. I think this is really cool.
Thanks.
If I had $900 to drop, I would totally get one, or like a custom one. I think that's super cool. I mean, and I love 3D printing. I love 3D printing regardless of what's being printed too, because man, we 3D printed in school and then I'm seeing all of these new stuff that 3D printed. I don't know if you saw the Lego skylines that I have hung on the wall. Those have little shelves that are 3D printed.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, I love that kind of stuff. And man, I've been watching, I did like a study while I was in school, and there's 3D printing houses.
Yep.
And I think that's so fucking cool.
I did that study too.
Jeff and I talk about 3D printing a house all the time. And he's like, it's like, we'll have a tornado shelter. So I think it's cool. I think it's fascinating. And you're pretty much going to get me hook, line, and sinker on anything 3D printed.
Well, good. I'm glad that's an automatic win.
Pretty much.
All right. Are you ready to share your next wonderful pick with me?
Yes, I am.
Here we go.
I bring to you the Highland Cow Nike embroidered shirt.
That is so cute.
I am obsessed. I want this immediately. I almost impulse bought it literally the moment I saw it. So much. I want it so much. I love cows, and I cannot describe to the listeners to the degree that I love cows. But I think these freaking Highland cows are just fluffy and adorable as all hell. Man, I love cows so much.
So, you know what makes me laugh?
What?
This is, I swear, since we record our episodes in bulk.
Yeah.
We just recorded the last one also.
Yeah.
And everything you brought, I was like, I've seen that and I have something for that.
Shut up.
Give me 1 minute.
Okay. I am telling you right now, these Nike embroidered things with the swoosh are trending.
Yep.
Like crazy right now.
So what I brought up for Loren, you showed me yours.
Yes.
And I was like, oh girl, I got one for you. I had very recently saw this online. Someone embroidered SpongeBob and Patrick on Nike sweatshirts also.
Yes.
But they're like little baby SpongeBob and Patrick.
And they're chubby.
And they're little chubby babies. And they're so stupidly cute.
They are.
And they're on like color coordinated sweatshirts. So SpongeBob's like on a kind of beigey sweatshirt and Patrick's on a pink one.
Yeah.
And I saw this and I was like, oh my God, Cole, stop me now because I'm going to buy it.
Yes.
It's happening.
It's in the inevitable. I know that I'm going to buy it. I've seen so many different versions. I've seen so many different cartoons. I've seen so many things that are embroidered on the Nike swoosh. And let me tell you, I am so here for it. There's a bluey one.
It's Vampire Bluey.
Oh, it's Bandit. Okay, Bandit's the dad.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
But like a little bloody swoosh at the bottom because it's Halloween themed.
It's adorable.
Like I love that we're in our embroidered era right now because
I love it. Again, it's the 90s coming back, dude.
Yeah, you know what? Yep, you're right. Like full force, you just proved it.
It's absolutely, oh man, I want this Highland cow so stinking bad. So stinking bad.
It's very cute.
It's so cute. It's got the little cow pattern and everything. I'm pretty sure I have it saved on all of the everythings that I found. And you can get it in a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a hoodie. There's different options. Can you click on the t-shirt for me for a second? So the t-shirt starts at $45 and then the prices just climb. And I believe the hoodie was like $68, $63, something like that.
63. Yeah.
It has all kinds of different color options, which, oh man, I don't want any other color. I want literally the option that they provided me because I think it's adorable. It's perfect.
Yeah, it definitely goes best with like the color combo. A little beigey background and then like little beige and brown cow spots.
It's so cute.
I'm a fan. I like it.
I love it.
I'm honestly really surprised you don't have it yet.
I know, me too. Probably also that's what's stopping me is it's over 100 degrees outside.
Oh yeah.
So I can't 100% commit to buying another sweatshirt.
Wait, so like is your office not just always freezing cold like mine?
No, my office stays at 80.
Oh.
Yeah. And we're not allowed to wear shorts.
Why keep it at 80 then?
So it's not by choice. So the building owner is kind of a jerk and he's really, really cheap. So he turns everything off on the weekends and everything turns off at 5 o'clock and nothing turns back on until I think it's 8 a.m. A lot of time on Mondays, nothing gets turned on soon enough. There's been times that I've come into the office and it's like 86 degrees and I like cannot breathe. And I've like had to message like, hey, somebody needs to get a hold of the manager because I don't think anything's turned on. And usually one of the maintenance guys has to come in and has to turn everything on. And it's a whole huge ordeal. And I mean, nothing starts to even cool down until about 1 o'clock. My company is in a bigger office building and we're one of very few tenants in the building, but the building management is garbage. So they're having a lot of issues with literally everything. Like there's times that the water gets turned off. Yeah. And like stuff just doesn't get turned on. He's really, really cheap. Like one time the building flooded and all he did was pump the water out.
That's it?
Yes, he didn't rip up any of, like, I'm shit you not, Priscilla. I walked into the office and you know how you can tell something has just been like flooded and it has that distinct smell. I don't know.
It's like a musty, like.
Yes, like cigarette smoke. Like it's
also damp. It smells
damp. And I walked through the vestibule and I was like, something's not right. And then I walked into the lobby and I was like, something's really not right. And I'm standing at the elevator and I heard dripping water and I looked over and literally that whole wing was underwater.
Oh my gosh.
And there's no number for a building manager anywhere. And I'm the first one in the office. So like I emailed and texted and called everybody and was like, hey, so the building is flooded on the first floor and I don't know really who to contact.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, I'll contact so-and-so. So I was like, okay. So then, oh man, what a night. They contacted whoever it was and yeah, sure as heck, a pipe burst over the weekend and just was dripping all weekend long and nobody's there on the weekends. So nobody had an idea. And all he did was he hired like a Serve Pro or whatever.
Yeah.
They pumped all the water out of the building. It was leaking from the ceiling, obviously, because it's a multiple story building. So all the plumbing is in the ceiling.
Yeah.
And he didn't replace any of the ceiling tiles.
Shut up.
He didn't replace any of the lights. The lights are rusted. He didn't rip up the carpet.
Short circuit.
I don't know how the building didn't catch on fire and burn down.
It's still good
because it was underwater. I'm just kidding. He didn't replace the wallpaper. They literally pinned the wallpaper back with a push pin.
Are you? Oh my god.
Yeah, and then they didn't do anything about the smell. So like the whole building smelled like that for a really long time. And it happened during the winter too. So it took a really, really long time for anything to actually like truly dry out. So sometimes when you walk on the first floor, like you can still smell it.
So do y'all ever have any clients like come to your office?
Very, very, very rarely.
Oh,
like
good.
we used to have a lot, but if we do, it's more of like we'll just go out and take the client out instead of having them come into the office, which our office suite itself is great, but
Yeah.
it's that first floor.
Yeah, that's ruining it.
Yeah, that's ruining it
And
big
then
time.
At that point, it's like, why are you, like, a lot of different things here. Like, why am I paying to have this like office or
Yep.
suite or whatever if I can't even have my freaking clients come to me?
Yep.
Also, like, wow, back to the whole 2020 debate on like, do we just work from freaking home?
Yeah.
If like this is what paying for a suite does, like dealing with this kind of management, because like it's literally basic standards.
Yeah. And one time, oh my goodness. So there's a very distinct smell for electrical. If there is something electrical fire, there is a very, very distinct smell. And I smelled it. It smells like welding.
Oh no.
And I went down there and I told them, and somebody else had smelled it too. I work in an office full of men. They're pretty much like their noses just don't work. But not until I said something, they were like, oh, is that what that smell is? And I was like, that is burning electrical wires, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Get your shit together. So they went and got the building manager, and he literally came into our suite and was like, I don't smell anything. And I looked at him and was like, that was a very distinct smell. And he was questioning if I knew what it smelled like. To that point, I wanted to get up and punch him in the face and be like, okay, I understand that I'm a girl and you'd think that I don't know what this is, but I promise I know exactly what welding smells like. And I know exactly what burning wires smell like.
Yeah.
That was a very distinct smell. Also, why would I just pull that out of thin air that that's what it smelled like?
Could have just stood up, punched them in the face, and said, do you know what a punch in the face feels like? It wasn't that.
No. Nope. But
just gaslight.
Yes.
Just gaslight.
Right?
That's crazy though. Like, honestly, I feel like it could have been anybody else in your office saying that, and he still would have been like, I don't smell anything.
Oh, he would have been, because he's cheap and he won't do anything to get it fixed.
Yeah. So it's just easier to deny and be like, no, it's fine.
I know he's super cheap because he crashed his freaking Porsche and it's been parked in the parking lot at the office for a month now.
That's the Porsche that crashed?
Yeah.
No.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Wow. Well, now we know where all the money's going into.
Yep.
Fixing the Porsche.
No, it's not, because it's been sitting there for a month.
Well, that's my point. He can't spend it on anywhere else because he's saving up to fix the Porsche.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But yeah, no, it's a disaster.
Oh my gosh, that's awful.
Yeah.
I mean, because like you and I, we worked in an office that management wasn't terrible, but like they had a flood too.
Yeah.
Loren, I'm starting to see
pattern.
A pattern. Just kidding. You weren't even working there when the pipe burst at the last one. But anyways, no, but pipe burst at the last one before I even started there. So when I started, they were in a temp office somewhere else, and by the time we were let back into the building, they had like replaced all the flooring.
Mm-hmm.
They replaced a lot of the walls in like the finishes because it was that bad.
Yeah.
They went ahead and like redid the freaking bathrooms. Like they did a lot on the first floor. Then mind you, we would get up to like our third floor and our restrooms looked like they were stuck in the
80s.
In the 80s.
With the green countertops.
Green countertops with the green gross, like wanting to peel off plastic laminate from the restroom partitions because they matched.
Yep.
There was a weird old lady kind of wicker bench.
Oh, I forgot about that.
It's a weird ass bench in that restroom. I really think that they saw too many movies in the 80s where women's restrooms had couches and they're like, gotta put a couch in here.
I forgot about
let's
that.
put an outdoor one. And in general, every woman would walk by and just kind of look at it like, why is that there?
I sat in it one time and it felt really weird.
I bet. Because it's in a restroom all day.
Exactly.
Ugh.
Yep.
Gross.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like I don't know. That restroom was weird. And that's just kind of how our floor was, how all the other floors were. Like
all of them.
None of them were jazzed up. It was just the first floor.
And I think it was just because of the flood.
It was, yeah, exactly. And then I remember thinking like, what would it take to get a flood on this level?
Right. Man, that elevator didn't work.
That elevator, yeah. So because of the flood, the elevator went down. Then they kept trying to fix it.
Yeah.
And it was on and on and off. And then, like, there were real sketchy days in that elevator.
I'm pretty positive for the first 6 months of me working, it was either it was 6 to 8 months of me working there was no working elevator.
I think you're right, because I remember when they let us back into the building finally, we had to move back in through the stairwell.
Yeah.
And like they had taken all their computers to the temp office.
Oh.
So we had to carry all the freaking computers back.
Oh man, that sucks.
And then guess what? We got back in the building and like 2 weeks later, COVID hit. And so then we had to carry all the stupid computers back down to our cars.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yep.
It sucked.
And I think that's part of why the elevator didn't get fixed for as long as it did.
Yeah. I mean, luckily, for the COVID part, they figured out how to like let us work off of our laptops through a server. So like that was okay-ish.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never want to move computers back and forth ever again through a stairwell.
No, man. They're talking about having us move, which they've been talking about for a long time, but it's just getting so bad with this building manager. Like they're just looking to find a new place for us to move to that is acceptable. But I know that my boss is going to hire movers. I know that we're not going to have to move anything.
Because he doesn't want to do it.
Well, he's considerate, and he's not going to expect that of us.
That's nice.
So I know how he is, and he's not going to do that. He'll just be like, take your laptop. Everything will be at this location on this date.
Yeah.
Just show up for work that day.
That's nice.
Uh-huh. And I'm sure he would do it over the weekend too, to not interrupt or disrupt anything, which is all fun and dandy, but like also cool if you wanted to do it on like a weekday and we had to work from home or something like that's okay.
I'm also the kind of person that would be super chill with like moving the company on a weekday, like helping out just so I didn't have to do any work that day. Like that's fine. I'll do physical activity today. That's fine. I worked at one firm that like one day was fully set aside for spring cleaning.
Oh, wow.
And so like, because we had a giant content library in the back, finished library. So we were told like, yeah, it's out of hand. We need to clean this whole place up from all the samples. Like we need to toss stuff. We need to donate stuff. We need to do everything.
Yep.
Whole day was dedicated to that. And that was a great day because I liked moving around and not staring at my computer all day.
Yeah, speaking of moving around, one of my coworkers, she was like, we've been talking about getting up and walking because there's a couple of the boys in the office that are constantly getting up and walking.
Okay.
And they're really good about it. Well, I get so caught up and so busy. Like the only time I leave is to get up to go to the bathroom and to get my lunch. Like that's it. And then I'm sitting back down and I'm staring at the computer all day. She's worse than I am. So she's been saying like, we need to get better like these boys. We need to get better like these boys. We need to just get up and walk around. She was literally sitting at her desk falling asleep and she came down to get me. And she was not even like, I was like, are you okay? She's like, I'm so tired. Do you want to walk with me?
Aww.
And I was like, yeah, I'll walk. I forget how fast I walk. Unless I'm walking with somebody that doesn't walk fast.
Yeah.
And I literally got to the point that I was stopping because she was not walking fast or even moving. I was like, are we walking or are we just standing and talking? What I thought we were walking. but you stopped and we're not moving, and now what is happening here?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you thought that I walked fast when we used to go on our little walks.
I mean, everyone walks fast to me though, because I've got short, stumpy legs.
Oh.
So like, I just knew that you were always slowing your pace down for me.
Okay.
But I was always trying to like quicken my pace up a little bit for you.
Okay.
But then also trying to keep a good slow pace so we spent more time outside and less time inside.
But because like I didn't feel ever awkward with you at all. Her, I felt awkward as all hell. She's also taller than me, so she's got a longer stride.
Ah.
So I was like, okay, cool. It didn't work. It didn't work at all. And I just was like, oh my God. Okay. And then her walking, like these boys will go for 15 minutes and stretch their legs, 10 minutes and stretch their
Nice.
legs. It was like 5 minutes. And then she's like, well, I guess we should go back to the office now.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, we didn't really do anything because you stopped and talked about that plant for half of our 5 minutes.
Remember you and I would like put a whole timer?
Yes.
It started out like as like 10 minutes. And I think we increased it.
Yeah, we got up to 15 because we found out that we were allowed 15 minutes.
It was partially that and partially like, I do so much. What are you going to do about it? Like,
yeah, a little bit.
I literally complete so much in my day that I know I need this, and I know you're not going to tell me I don't need this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The amount of overtime that we did.
Oh my God, yes.
15 minutes. I'm allowed this time anyways. It's my time.
Yeah, exactly. So that I do miss those days. I considered it the other day of like going out and walking, and I was like, Texas heat, no. Yeah. I did have one moment. I had one moment where I asked one of my coworkers to like step outside with me because I had a vent about something because somebody made me uncomfortable in the office.
Oh.
And we're standing out there and we're both like kind of like, I feel like we looked crazy. We were both moving our arms a lot just to like get air under our armpits because it was like hot but cloudy but also hot. Yeah. So like it was just a lot of mixed feelings. And I was also venting a lot, and he was just like, oh my God, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. Just keep moving the arms. Keep moving the arms. I need air. And he's like, should we go inside? I'm like, there's nowhere to talk inside. We have to talk out here.
Oh, that's funny. We've all been there.
Yeah.
Man, I miss our walks.
I do too. Oh, okay. I'm going to cheer us up.
Yes.
By bringing you my next freaking object. Are you ready?
Yes. Object?
Welcome.
Oh my God, Priscilla.
Yes.
This is amazing.
Don't I fucking know it?
Oh my gosh.
Would you like to describe what you're seeing?
It is a Homer Simpson rug. And y'all know, I know y'all know, it's the GIF, the meme, the whatever you've seen. It's on the show. It's when Homer is hiding in the bushes and he just goes from like being out of the bushes to just slowly backs into the bushes. And is Homer partially in the bushes. Literally is a rug of Homer.
Yep.
Partially in the bushes, Priscilla.
He's like actively backing up into them.
This is amazing.
The bushes are somehow like wrapped around his head, like they're just like slowly encompassing him.
Yes. It's like a bigger tuft carpet.
Yeah. So it's following that trend of like carpets that are custom made.
Yes.
And I forget what they call it. Like tufted.
Yeah.
That's it. It's a tufted like rug. And this one's custom, but like of course they probably like did this design once. So it was like, that's a hit. This is on Etsy and it's from a seller who named their account Rare Rug. And I love this. I love that it's on sale. There's a stupidly hot chance I might buy it for this house because
oh my God, please do.
It went from 95 to 76 until July 14th. And I was like,
okay,
shut up.
So I don't know if you've noticed, but I have been looking a lot on Etsy lately and everything on Etsy has been on sale. I don't know. Are they trying to do like a Prime Day on Etsy?
They might be. So I used to be big with like selling stickers and vinyls on Etsy, and I would get emails that would be like, hey, consider doing this sale or whatever. So I think that's kind of part of it. Like I think maybe they remind people like, hey, kind of like a yard sale type deal.
Oh, that's a good way of putting it.
You know, like where you let the whole neighborhood know like, hey, maybe if we all do this, people will come by.
Yeah.
So
that's a really good idea. But yeah, I feel like Etsy's on a roll because I've been looking at a lot of stuff, and I would say that the range of the things that I have been looking at as of late have been between 40 and 60% off.
Dang, that's really good.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, I bought some stuff. But...
Yeah, same. You saw my disco ball for my car.
Oh, that's where you got it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's up?
That's awesome.
So yeah, I saw this, fell in love with it, and then I started looking a little more.
Oh my goodness. Y'all, it is Oh my goodness. It is Homer in Marge's hair.
Doing the same thing, disappearing.
Just in the bush, but it's in her hair.
Yep. And now this one is currently
Oh, wow.
$312 and originally like $390.
I think it's twice the size of the last one.
I think so too. The last one is like a cute little square, and this one is long.
It's massive.
And there's more detail in this one.
Yeah, no, I would agree.
Yeah. So I totally get it. Like, I'm in no way of like, wow, what the hell? It's $300 and something.
Oh yeah, no.
Like, I'm over here like, you get your coin. Yes,
that's
you're doing artwork. I love it. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. There's other really cool ones out there, of course. They, you know, literally, if you like something, you can probably go find someone who like tufted a rug of that. Like, look at this. Retro phones. I love it. I love it so much.
Ooh, a dinosaur.
Yeah, this is a dinosaur. Oh, one of my faves. It's Bart Simpson.
These are trending.
Just like on a little pink cell phone.
These rugs are trending really, really hard. My niece started making some of these.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. She was going to start selling them on Etsy. I think she was doing a couple like giveaways on TikTok and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how well it took off and she got into it. She did some Hello Kitty ones and I want to say Barbie.
Nice.
Yeah. She still owes me one for the baby.
Like, I want his face on it now.
I told her I would think about it because I didn't know what design, but I think I'm leaning dinosaur. But right now I don't really have anywhere for, I guess I could put it in the playroom.
Yeah, I mean, it's an accent piece. I'm a big fan of the idea of putting them on walls because
that would be amazing.
Yeah, you just go up and touch it.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm curious. Like, this looks really, really thick to me. Does it give you like how thick or a thickness or anything of the sort? Or like, could you look at other pictures?
So here's the thing: they sell like a couple different versions of sizes.
Okay.
But it looks pretty dang thick because he's supposed to be going into a bush.
Oh, totally.
So it makes sense.
Go back. This person used it as a rest for their arms on their keyboard.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, because they have a really narrow version.
That's awesome.
Oh, it literally says keyboard rug. I love that. That's so smart.
That's really smart.
This one just says rug, Homer, 3D tufted custom carpet. Like, that's it. It's not telling you like, hey, it's for this or whatever.
You go up to the top, the second one from your side is literally the keyboard one.
Look at that.
I did not even know that was a thing. It makes total sense because I definitely have rests for my elbow.
Yeah. It's soft. It's comfy.
I would get worried I would get hot.
Yeah, depending where you work. But I mean, look at these.
Those are cute.
I love this. I'm just a fan. I'm such a fan. And then seeing the fact that there's a good sizable like Homer one, like, okay, so, well, here's the thing. I think this is where they got me, and I just now seeing this. So you get shown a photo of like the full size version, and then it says the length. Select an option. So for 1.48 feet, which I think is the keyboard rug. Yes.
Oh, yep.
That is $76. Dang, they got me.
They got you.
And then for 4 feet, that's $472. So I guess that's their like really big one. And then if you're trying to just go like, I don't know, like a 2 foot one, that's 148, 2.5, 200, 3.3 feet, $344.
Click
so
the 2 foot one. I'm curious if the 2 foot one is the one that we originally started. Oh, wow.
It's a little small, but like I think it could still make good like artwork on the wall.
Oh, absolutely. I like the design of the first one and I was curious what size it was popping up as.
Do you think it's the same one?
Okay.
Because you see like a little table next to it.
Okay. Oh, wow. They have one with Homer's full body.
So Homer's full body,
it's got to be the 4 foot.
It has to be the 4 foot. Makes a lot of sense. So it's 4 feet long, and it's his head and like whole body disappearing into the bush instead of just his like face.
That's amazing. But I do feel like you lose a little bit of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not as fun as the smaller one, in my opinion. It's almost too much.
I could see that. Unless you have like a really great, like, just imagine the end of a corridor in your house,
Or the top of a stair.
And it's just really narrow. You can't think of the right long piece of artwork to put there.
Yeah.
And what do you see when you look up? Frickin' Homer disappearing into a bush.
Oh, wait, never mind. I was like, wait a minute, that picture, but the price, I'm dumb.
Yeah, it won't update, and that's how they get you.
Yep.
Because that's what it did to me.
Yep.
So I'm disappointed in the fact that, like, what I thought I might get if I bought it is actually just the keyboard rug, but I'm still here to like fully support them and all their hard work because it is beautiful and amazing.
Yeah, this is fun.
I wish I could get into this. That would be so cool.
Right? They have you know how they used to have like painting with a twist?
Yeah, they have these
They
now.
have these for those classes.
I've been wanting to do that. I think that would be a fun date night.
Right?
We've been talking about needing a date night that's not mini golf because we just tried another mini golf place and I was ready to whack somebody with a little putt-putt club thing. So ready.
Oh, man.
The rage was hard.
I haven't played putt-putt in so long.
So this place was cool. Don't get me wrong. It was really cool. But what are they called? I was about to come up with the name Puttacular. Putt Shack. I think that's what they're called. Putt Shack. But they were super cool and they make everything kind of like a video game, but not. It's all very it's interactive and your ball is linked to you.
Oh.
So it keeps track of how many times you hit it, keeps track of your score, all that stuff.
That's cool.
So it makes it more of a game than, you just keeping track of yourself. And every hole is like super themed in terms of like the first one was just like learning how to like get into the hole and seeing that there's always bonus points everywhere. And then there was one that was like kind of like Pong styled. There was one that was like a skee ball style one. Like there's a beer pong version. Like they definitely, they had a lot of fun with the design. My one problem with like that in a lot of other putt-putt places or mini golf, whatever you want to call it, is that they'll have you make a reservation. You show up for that reservation. And like 4 other freaking groups are showing up for their same reservation at that time.
Oh.
Because they'll have like 4 slots for 3:00, let's say. And so we show up and 3 other groups show up. So everyone's starting at the same stupid time.
Oh.
So then it doesn't really space anybody out.
No, why would you not put them at like 15-minute increments?
Exactly. And then on top of that, there was like a group that showed up early. I saw that their time on the screen said that they were supposed to start like 20 minutes after us. And the system just let them check in early instead. So, and they were a big group in front of us. And I was like, that's cool. What's the point in reserving and checking in then?
Yeah.
Like, there's not really a point, but okay.
It doesn't make any point. That's like you making a reservation for a restaurant. All of the parties show up. There's only 4 seats available.
Yeah.
You can't sit all 16 of these 4 parties with only 4 seats. That's so dumb.
It was annoying. It sucked and it just kind of annoyed me. And I mean, on top of that, I just wasn't feeling great. I had a huge migraine.
Oh.
So I was already battling that part of the day. But then on top of that, to just like be fighting everyone else, not fighting, sorry, to just like, again, the people pleaser in me was like working really hard to not be in anybody's way.
Yeah.
But then also like just annoyed at the fact that like, why am I standing in line? I'm spending this whole date standing in line instead of playing.
Yeah.
And that's why we came. So yeah, after we left, we were both just kind of like, okay, no more mini golf for a long while because that sucked and we need different date ideas.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll go tough to rug.
Hell yeah.
That'd be cool.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Well, Loren?
Yes.
This has been a lot of fun.
This has been a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very nostalgic.
We have been on a nostalgia kick,
Yes, we have.
and I'm here for it. I hope
Okay.
the listeners are. I hope y'all are enjoying all of our nostalgia with all of our products and having so much fun.
Nostalgia.
Because we are.
Having fun.
All right, Priscilla, you about ready to shut her down?
I am.
All right. Follow, like on TikTok, Instagram. You can listen to us on all of the platforms because Priscilla has us on everything.
I really hope I do. If I don't, feel free to let us know.
Yeah, send us a message. I'll get back to you. Because I watch for all of those.
Yeah, Loren has the Instagram DMs covered, and I've got the TikTok DMs covered. And
yeah, so give us a shout.
Yeah.
Let's chit chat.
Chit chat.
Yeah. All right. Well, y'all have a great weekend. Well, it's Thursday if you're listening, but if just, you know what, have a good night. You know what, have a good day. Do you, boo boo.
You do.
Have a good one. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm delusional.
Stay peachy keen, y'all.
Yeah, stay peachy keen. There you go. Okay, bye.
Bye.